Welcome to Criminal Mind Tales, where we explore the darkest corners of human behavior and uncover the crimes that changed the course of history. Hundreds of girls vanished overnight. Their only crime? Going to school. This is the story that shook an entire nation. Tonight, we journey back to one of the darkest nights in Nigeria's history. A night that turned global attention to the terror of extremism, the pain of lost innocence, and the strength of human endurance. This is the story of the Chibok schoolgirls' kidnapping. The night 276 innocent girls were taken from their school, and the world cried out, "Bring back our girls."
April 14, 2014. The town of Chibok, in Borno State, Nigeria, was quiet, almost peaceful. Inside the government girls' secondary school, students were studying by candlelight, preparing for their final exams. Laughter echoed in the dorms. The girls spoke of dreams, becoming doctors, nurses, teachers. None of them knew that in just a few hours, those dreams would turn into a nightmare. A little after midnight, gunfire broke the silence. Armed men stormed the school, shouting orders in Hausa and Arabic. The girls thought they were soldiers sent to protect them, but they were wrong. They were Boko Haram fighters, ruthless insurgents with one mission: destroy Western education. They gathered the terrified girls in the courtyard. Trucks waited outside. Some students tried to run. Others hid under their beds. But the attackers searched every room, dragging them out, one by one. By dawn, 276 schoolgirls had been taken. The school was left in ashes, and the town woke up to horror. The girls were driven deep into the Sambisa forest, a dense, isolated region where Boko Haram had built their stronghold. For hours, the trucks rumbled through the night. The girls prayed, wept, and held onto each other. One of the survivors later said, "We were told to keep quiet or be shot." Some of us whispered prayers. Others just stared into the dark, wondering if we'd ever see home again. When they reached the camp, the nightmare began. They were ordered to cook, clean, and serve their captors. Some were forced into marriages with the militants. Others were beaten for refusing. They were just teenagers, now living as prisoners in the forest. When news of the kidnapping broke, the world was stunned. Outrage turned to action. The hashtag #BringBackOurGirls flooded social media, sparking a global movement. Celebrities, activists, and world leaders joined in, including Michelle Obama and Malala Yousafzai. But in Chibok, the families could only wait. A parent said, "Every night, I pray she walks through that door. Every morning, the house is still empty." The world demanded justice. The parents demanded answers. But for the girls, the nightmare continued. The Nigerian military launched several rescue operations, but most failed. Boko Haram demanded ransom and the release of their imprisoned fighters. Meanwhile, the girls suffered in silence. Some managed to escape, running barefoot through the forest, hiding by day and walking by night. They drank rainwater and ate leaves to survive. One of the rescued girls was quoted saying, "We didn't know where we were going. We just knew we had to run." Some of us made it, but many didn't. By 2015, a few had returned home, but hundreds were still missing. The parents' grief turned into despair. They began to wonder if the government had given up. In 2016, a glimmer of hope appeared. The Nigerian army launched Operation Python Dance, targeting Boko Haram camps deep in Sambisa forest. After months of battles, 21 girls were rescued. Later, through negotiations, more were freed. But even today, 103 Chibok girls remain missing. Each name represents a story: a child robbed of her innocence, a family robbed of peace. The parents said, "Until the last girl returns, we will never stop waiting." The Chibok kidnapping changed Nigeria forever. It exposed the vulnerability of schools, the strength of extremist networks, and the pain of a nation unprepared for such evil. Yet it also revealed the power of unity. From village mothers to global voices, people rose up and demanded justice. And through it all, the surviving girls became symbols of courage, living proof that even in darkness, hope can survive. The story of the Chibok girls reminds us that the fight against terrorism, and for education, is far from over. Their courage should never be forgotten, and their names must never fade away.
If you found this story powerful, don't forget to like, share, and comment below. Tell us, what part of this tragedy moved you the most? And if you want more true crime stories from Africa and beyond, subscribe to Criminal Mind Tales and turn on notifications so you never miss a story that deserves to be heard. This is Criminal Mind Tales, where every crime tells a story, and every story reveals the truth.